to also kind of go over what else happened on NXT, I didn't get highlights for everything, like I said. We had Finn Balor take on Trent Seven. We all saw Finn
Really
Balor
good.
attack Trent Seven in the parking lot. So they had their match on NXT, which was a pretty solid match. We saw Shotzi Blackheart, who has been, must see something in her that they've been pushing her a lot lately. We
Yeah,
had
where do
her.
we,
Oh, NBA
you
All
know?
Star Weekend is that weekend as well. Is it
Also, they
really?
don't want to go against the dunk contest, possibly. The All Star game, no one gives a shit about, but
Yeah,
they
that's
don't
a
want to go up against maybe that NBA Saturday night type thing, because
uh,
that's usually pretty popular.
Beef Stew also said XFL games are on Saturdays and Sundays. Okay,
Yeah, but I
so
think they're early on in the day, though. They're not like 8 o'clock head to head, I don't think. At least I don't think so, but remember we talked about this. We haven't seen uh Theory much, but remember we talked about the Christmas episode they did when they showed Shotzi Blackheart and Austin Theory. He's like, well, since they're showing them on here, are we going to start seeing them on TV more? So, and then
bro.
fast forward a month or so, about a little over a month later, we've seen a lot of Shotzi Blackheart.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of her, and then even in the Battle Royal that they had a couple of weeks ago. Thank you for the resub, Jimbo. 9 months in a row. That's awesome, man. Thank you for that. We saw
Oh,
her
that's
throughout
right.
Shayna Baszler, remember? And then she had a pretty good performance against her the following week. So they're really pushing that lady over there on NXT. And also she comes down with a fucking tank. So goddamn, they're really. I don't think she's gonna win the championship in the next couple of months or anything, but I wouldn't be surprised if she's in the title picture in the next couple of months, depending on where they're going with Rhea Ripley, if she's gonna stay on NXT or not. You know.
In the spot they're in with AEW, do they dare do like a? Because I've talked about this before, and I think people said no, they don't need it. But would it ever benefit? I know we have the women's tag titles, but would it ever benefit them to offer like another like women's title? I know we have enough titles in wrestling, I get it, but like has there ever been like a women's mid card singles title? I mean, would that do something? Would anyone even be interested in something like that for women who probably aren't going to be in the main event spot?
I mean, I don't really. But why though? Why would they
Give
need
some
that?
women who aren't going to be get the women's title or the tag titles, obviously. Give them something else to work for.
Nah, I would say that if they were in the situation with AEW is kind of where a lot of the men on the AEW side doesn't get shown a lot on Dynamite and other shows because they're focusing on a certain amount of guys at the moment. I like the way that NXT uses their women it's not they don't get thrown to the back if they're not in the title picture like you're seeing with I'm drawing a blank with Dakota Kai and
Yeah.
Knox. They're still getting in the main picture. And
Imagine if they had a title going against each other.
but a mid card title for the women's, I don't hate the idea, but I don't know how they would kind of incorporate the title
Because their
into the
women's
division.
division is so loaded for the women. I mean, they have in NXT that division is super loaded, and the tag title's hardly ever going to be shown on NXT. Let's be honest. But I mean, if they had an extra title they got so many women down there that probably aren't going to be women's champion. That's the only reason I bring that up because if you had, I don't know what you would even call it or what, like the middleweight title, the something, I don't know, the women's North American title, I don't know, but I mean something I think it would be cool to add an extra title to the picture just because you're going against AEW or whatever. And like I think Japan, they have a bunch of those lower weight titles. I don't know if Bob Ruski, a Red Sox fan, is in here, but I'm sure they would know about like the Japan, like the women have a bunch of other separate belts. But NXT is pretty loaded with titles, not women titles, but other titles: North American, cruiserweight, heavyweight, tag. I mean, you got a lot on there for 2 hours, but it would give them something else to work towards. But yeah, it is what it is. I just thought I'd throw that out there.
Okay. We also saw Dijokovic take on not Keith Lee, excuse me, Damian Priest in a one-on-one match because they're kind of arguing back and forth on who should be able to face Keith Lee for the North American Championship. William Regal made it an official. It wasn't even really on the card. They kind of got in an argument. They made the match. So it looks like maybe Dijak might be next in line to take on Keith Lee for that North American Championship, which I don't mind. It should be a good match. We've seen some of that.
Kind of sick of them, really.
I would agree with you on that. They kind of overdrawn that feud with them in the past, and now they kind of, teamed up for a little bit, and now we want to see Dijak again against Keith Lee. I would have rather have seen Keith Lee and Damian Priest go one-on-one in the match. That would have been nice. So if Charlotte versus Ripley actually happens, Charlotte loses, right, says Ted. I don't necessarily think she would lose, though. It depends on if you think you can be okay with Charlotte not being on Raw, then I think it would be the right thing to do. To move her to NXT would help draw the ratings and help that women's division out with a veteran like Charlotte, and it would also help maybe grab some more eyes to that channel with a new woman like Charlotte on the roster in NXT. The rumors are going out that she might be challenging Rhea Ripley. I'm intrigued by the match. What do you think about that, Dave? Would Charlotte beat Rhea Ripley, you think?
Well, now that Ronda endorsing it, I guess that would probably be the match. But, I think it would be good, but will Vince sacrifice losing Charlotte to NXT? That's the big question, because he loves Charlotte. So would he sacrifice losing her to NXT and possibly put that in a big spot? How do you book that, though, if you're going to have a takeover Saturday or Friday or Thursday or whenever it'll be? How do you book that in? Do you have Rhea Ripley defending at TakeOver? Or do you just have her not and then have her face off at WrestleMania? That would be interesting. And do you have Charlotte win? Or if Charlotte loses to Rhea Ripley, how that puts her on even a bigger pedestal?
Yeah.
Because she just beat Charlotte, which I doubt they would do, let her beat Charlotte.
Well, if she beats Charlotte, then you would have to really think that they think really highly of Rhea Ripley. And you already got to think that they think very highly of Rhea Ripley if they're already considering not even having Charlotte challenge Bayley or even Becky Lynch, but to have her challenge Rhea Ripley. And that's another good question on your end, asking, would they have Charlotte face Rhea at the NXT TakeOver before Mania, or would they put the Mania match, Rhea and Charlotte match on Mania?
Yeah, I think it has to be Mania, because I was saying you would have to take her off a TakeOver, or do you have her wrestle twice? That'd be kind of a slippery slope. I think you would want your big main event match for the women, have it just be, if it is on TakeOver, it would have to be the main event of TakeOver almost.
No, it would definitely be the main event. I would at least think, unless Adam Cole's facing someone, like I don't even know who he could be facing that that would put that one over the Charlotte and Rhea Ripley match.
I wouldn't be saying Adam Cole, but okay.
What?
I wouldn't be saying Adam Cole at WrestleMania, but okay.
No. I mean at TakeOver. That's what I'm saying. You said it would main event. I know. What I'm saying, there's not a person that could be the bigger match than Charlotte and Rhea Ripley at TakeOver. What else happened on NXT TakeOver? We found out that Tommaso Ciampa will be taking on Adam Cole at the NXT TakeOver Portland. Your thoughts on that, man? I really kind of
like it.
Not that I don't like it. I'm just kind of getting kind of tired of Ciampa being the main focus in the world title picture. He's had a lot of title shots in 19, 18, and now in 20. He's getting the other title. What do you mean, not really?
Well, he was out for most of 2019.
But it seems like he's just getting pushed right into the main title picture when in 2018 he was in the majority of it. He was even the champion for the majority of the time.
Yeah, until he got hurt. But I said this was probably happening and people weren't going to be too happy with it. But yeah, it seems like that's the route they're going. And he's over like crazy. So, it seems like why not go there? I mean, because Keith Lee, really quick, that I think his promo was really good. I thought beforehand, and I like how he's getting kind of this cocky Rock-esque thing going on. But yeah, a lot of people don't like Ciampa. He never lost the title, so why not give him his title shot back?
Yeah, you're right. Mr. AEW said the same thing. He never really lost his title either. Let's go up to the chat room. I'm not going to say Undercard won't work in the women's division because I thought a Undercard title wouldn't work for the men's, but it did, and now it feels so natural to the NXT brand. Either way, NXT is elevated because of Rhea wins. If Rhea wins, the NXT Women's Champ beat one of the greatest of all time. And if Charlotte wins, one of the greatest of all time is on NXT and can help ratings go up and go up win-win, says Marion Watson.
Yeah, I agree. It's a win-win situation for NXT. Charlotte wins, she comes to NXT. Charlotte loses, you just boosted your champion even more. So it's a win-win for NXT.
Yeah, and finally, whoever beats Rhea Ripley, you would have to think is going to be the next woman in line to be the main woman on NXT. It's going to be interesting to see if that match actually does happen, how exactly they would book that match. If their women's division wasn't non-existent, I would be down for a mid-card title. See, I agree with Beef Stew there. If there was women that we were like, where's this woman? Where's this, where's Candace? Where's Where's this and that? No, we get them on a weekly basis.
Not everyone. There's so many. There's women there that don't get used weekly. Mercedes Martinez is there, and she doesn't get used all the time. Yeah, but
she just what? Dave, she was in the Battle Royal the first night, the week she was signed, and then on top of that, she was in the goddamn Royal Rumble.
I get that, but we haven't seen her have a one-on-one match yet, or a tag match.
I'm sure we will, but right now,
I know, but I'm saying we're not seeing everyone. Like you're saying, that roster is so deep down there; it's unreal right now.
True. Let's see. Let me move up here. I saw someone else's interesting comment here. Where is it? Here it is. If they really wanted to bury AEW in ratings, they would have done so by now. I think they are content where they are. Says Ian Dunn. Either way, NXT is elevated. Oh, I already read that one. Noob says that the women's tag titles are not going to be in WrestleMania. Do you think the women's tag team title match at TakeOver before Mania?
Yeah, I think it's that because you could use that to kind of replace your women's championship match.
Yeah, they wanted Iconics versus Bella for the tag titles. When that never happened, the titles became meaningless. They wanted that? Are you kidding me?
Because that was a big talk that the big dream match was the Bellas versus the Iconics.
Who said that was a dream match?
The Iconics, because they wanted to face the Bellas.
What?
I know fans might not see the Bellas as big stars, but
no, the Bellas I understand, but the Iconics.
Well, for them it would be kind of a dream match.
I'm sure. Yeah, but what wrestling fan are you? You go to a random wrestling fan and you're going to ask him, what women's tag match is your dream match? What are the odds of them saying the Iconics taking on the Bellas? Seriously. Who the hell said that was a dream match? Maybe for Iconics.
But maybe it was just a booked match that was looking like it could happen because Nikki or Brie was on one of the watch-alongs saying that they would go for these titles or whatever, or they wanted to.
That's interesting. I had no idea what that.
The WrestleMania match happened. They won the titles, and then they did nothing with them. Like they're doing nothing with them now.
Mr. AEW says, great, so they're going to have Charlotte bury every women from NXT too if Charlotte wins. I'm sick of Charlotte. Marion Watson says, wait, if the match isn't on Mania and Rhea wins, then the brand really isn't elevated, in my opinion, says Marion Watson. To be frank, Ciampa never lost the title, his NXT title. Let's see here. People hate Charlotte, always getting pushed, but now they want her to get put first on NXT. Do they not have an insane amount of talent in line, says Ian Dunn. So you guys, let me here's the question for you guys, and be honest with this answer, okay? If it was anyone but Charlotte who won that Royal Rumble, let's just throw a name out there. Let's say it's Sasha Banks, okay? Sasha wins the Royal Rumble, and now we're getting rumors that she's not going to challenge Bayley, which may be the match that everyone would want to see, possibly. She's not going to challenge Becky, but she wants to go after the NXT Women's Championship. Would you be okay with that? Would you think fans would take it a little bit better than, oh, it's Charlotte going up against Rhea Ripley? I think people would be okay with that. I think the thing is with Rhea Ripley and Charlotte, people automatically think Charlotte is going to win. They don't give Rhea Ripley a chance. But if Sasha was going up against Ripley, I think people would be a little bit 50-50 on who's going to win the match. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, because people like Sasha a lot more than Charlotte. But for me personally, I'm not a fan of Charlotte winning it. But to me, there's so much potential with her possibly be. Yes, I get it. It would kind of hurt Rhea's little run. I get it. Okay, fine.
Would it hurt her? Let's think about this real quick. Okay, really quick. It is. Hold on. It is Charlotte, right? People are sick and tired of Charlotte. But would a loss to Charlotte really hurt Rhea Ripley, seeing the type of status Charlotte is, meaning the multiple title wins, main eventing Mania, doing all the type of accolades that she has in the WWE? Would Rhea losing to her, say it's not like it's not a competitive match, it comes down to the wire and Charlotte pulls off the win, would that really hurt Rhea Ripley? Like, I don't think it would. I think people would be upset that, oh fuck, it's Charlotte. Oh yeah, Vince McMahon.
I think they look at the past women who have been the NXT Women's Champion, how long of runs they have gotten. And I think they want Rhea to go on one of those runs. And if she's going to face Charlotte, she's probably going to lose. Now, say that she did. This is what I was going to say. I love the idea of Charlotte winning just because of the potential fresh matchups we would get from Charlotte from everyone in the NXT division. That women's division is so... The fresh and new matches we could see from Charlotte versus... I mean, those are potential dream matches that you never thought you would see with Charlotte. That you could see her facing... Yes, she could go through and possibly beat or lose and have some good competition with a lot of these women down. We've seen Charlotte versus pretty much everyone on Raw and SmackDown.
Right. Hold on. Is Hicks still in here? First off, Hicks, yes, you won a giveaway. Okay, and I know you're in here and you're trying to say that you reported me to Twitch for fraud. For what? On a giveaway that you assured that you never received. I sent it to your address that is in Canada. I even had to pay the extra fee to get it shipped to Canada, which was like $10 extra to get it shipped to Canada. I'm sorry that the address that you gave me, it didn't come to you. What else do you want me to do? I will send you another shirt when I can. I apologize that you did not get it. I have emails that I could show you, but if you want to be an asshole about it, that's perfectly fine. Everyone who has won a giveaway has gotten what they have received. Maybe not right away, but they have been patient enough to wait. You can ask the people who have won if they have gotten their stuff or not. Thank you very much. If you want to be an asshole about it, I don't have to send you shit. It's a giveaway. You didn't pay money to get in the giveaway. It was a free giveaway out of the kindness of my fucking heart, because I thank people for showing up and showing support. I apologize once again that you didn't receive your package in Canada, where I had to spend the extra amount of money to get it sent to Canada. So who should be more upset? Me, who spent over $60 for you to get your fucking shirt, or for someone who didn't get it on some wild shit? What do you want me to do? Thank you very much. I am sorry that you're bitter and upset about it. If you can't be patient and get another shirt eventually, I don't know what to fucking tell you. Go cry to your mother. Calling me out in the chat room is not going to help you. What do you want me to do during a fucking show? So shut the fuck up. If you have a problem, then just leave. Just leave. God damn. Bitter over a fucking shirt. I'm not blowing smoke up your ass. I have the damn emails. The emails. I can show you. How would I know that I have to pay an extra fee to Canada to get it shipped to your house? I just made that shit up off the top of my head? No. It costs money to send overseas. or to another country. Hello. God damn. I can't send you during the show. If you wait and be patient, I'll send them afterwards. All right? So shut up and just sit there. Golly. Anyways, I'm sorry, Dave. I didn't mean to interrupt. But this guy is trying to call me out in the chat room and saying he's going to report me for fraud.
I don't know how it would be fraud.
Over a giveaway that he won for free. Lord Almighty. Anyways, let's get to the chat room. It's a dream match for men's horny wet dream. What are you talking about, Sasha? I'm surprised they haven't sent more from the main roster down to NXT like they did with Finn. Coquina, I would assume they would if they were worried about the ratings. But I guess right now, in hindsight, they're okay with the ratings that they're getting. If they were worried, you would think they would send some more bigger talent to NXT, like the rumor was of Kevin Owens possibly getting moved down there, which never happened yet. But Charlotte, this could be huge for them.
Doesn't that say something, though? If this does happen with Charlotte, doesn't that kind of say that they are considering making some moves? Because, I'm not saying they want to win every week, but, they want to make more of a dent in this ratings war, which they might not consider a war, but whatever. Head-to-head battle and do a little bit better, and adding some star power will help them.
Thank you, Ian Dunn. Exactly. He could have just came to me privately. When all this shit happened with his shirt, I was having a lot of personal. I just recently lost my father. The last thing I wanted to do was deal with someone who didn't get their shirt. All right? I paid all that fucking money to get it mailed to you, and it didn't come to you. How do you think I feel? I felt like a dumbass. There's nothing else I can do. Everyone who I've won giveaways, they've won in America. Things were simple. Went to them, straight to them in a week or so. So I don't know what else to tell you. I can email you the stuff if you like. But that's it. I appreciate that, Hill Tires. I thank you. I'm not trying to hijack the show. We're having a good time, but that's not necessary. It's just not necessary. Tony versus Hicks WrestleMania event. Book it, Vince. Do it, please. I'll be an asshole for sure. Don't send me shit, brother. Just don't blow smoke. Reading the dumbasses comment. That's an exciting match. Charlotte versus Ripley is going to be something exciting and new. I don't see Charlotte winning, and that match will be on Mania. They'll bump a match. Rhea beating Charlotte just to make sure that bigger Charlotte isn't going on Wednesday. WWE is a money-making business. They're not dumb. Ian Dunn also said, why would they need Charlotte on NXT? NXT has already a stacked women's division.
Star power. They have a lot of great women there, but most of them are unknown to a lot of the casual viewers for Raw and SmackDown who might tune in to watch it. If you say Charlotte's wrestling this week on NXT, people are liable to tune into that.
Yeah, they might. It's possible that they might.
I mean, you can't deny. No one can deny it. Much as people might hate her. Charlotte is a star, and she would draw viewers to NXT.
She is a star. That is true, and she has quite the accolades as well. As much as we may hate it, and the hot potato that they played with the women's championship,
especially with her and Sasha.
Right. This could mean a lot both ways. It's a win-win situation, honestly. Maybe not so much for the fans because the fans are kind of tired of Charlotte, but it could really help out NXT and it could really help out Rhea Ripley, especially if she beats Charlotte. Let me go up here, read some more of the chat room. I don't think they're going to pull Charlotte off Raw and put her on a show that can't get 1 million views.
Maybe they would with Charlotte or close to it.
Vince doesn't like losing, so I don't think he's content losing in the ratings to AEW. Oh, he's content to losing in the. I
agree with that. I don't think he is either. I think he wants to. He would gladly sacrifice some talent because it's going to help your other show.
There's also a rumor of Asuka moving back to NXT, so. But that didn't happen. Instead, they mentioned Charlotte botched butts.
Well, half the wrestlers on Raw and SmackDown all live in Florida anyway. So You're telling Charlotte that she probably lives in Florida, that she could work once a week and not have to deal with the main roster or the Raw and SmackDown road schedule. She would sign right up for that.
Oh, I'm sure she would. I'm sure she wouldn't complain at all. Breaking news, says Adam Bomb. MLW and Dragon Gate will be collaborating together this year, says Adam Bomb. Is that pretty huge news for you, Dave?
I know. I guess
I don't really watch too much MLW. I've been hearing nothing but great stuff about it, and I don't know much about Dragon Gate either. But I just got myself to expand my wrestling a little bit more. I do have MLW. I have it on my DVR before. They're still on television, right?
Yeah, they're on BN Sports. But yeah, they just had a barbed wire match with Havoc and Mance Warner last week.
Damn. YouTube them, you uncultured swine, says Adam Bomb. Oh, thanks.
Yeah,
you're so nice.
YouTube it.
You're so nice.